Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the latest episode of Dexter that we have watched, and it's the halfway point of the spin-off series New Blood. It's the 5th episode. Obviously the first season of New Blood, I don't know if they expect to expand on it. It just kind of depends on how this season ends, but yeah, we're going to get into the plot, the critical reception, and then I'm going to record and post a Trippie Redd album review. That should be pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm probably not going to put too much effort into that video because it's like, Trippie Redd anymore is kind of just mid. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Trippie Redd anymore, but Dexter is still stunned at finding the straight razor telling Deborah that he needs to help Harrison in this difficult time because he's starting to find this dark passenger that Dexter fell victim to and his youth as well, and Dexter really wants to move Harrison out of this and in the right direction. He wants this guy to have a normal life because Dexter wasn't. He had to fight off homicidal urges, Meanwhile, Kurt leads Chloe to the bunker, telling her she can stay for as long as she wants, and obviously this is like the killer scheme. He's going to take her in there, trap her in there, say she's pretty much dead on the cameras, warn her, and then when she tries to leave, he's going to snipe her and hunt her. When Dexter questions Harrison about the razor, he claims he uses it for defense, which I don't know why he would need it for defense, but I don't know. It is strange. I guess, moving from state to state and whatnot, it's understandable. But we know what he's using it for. Dexter, maybe Dexter's wrong, but we don't know that for sure. Angry at his father's lack of trust on him, Harrison storms off. Outside, Zach, played by Oscar Wahlberg, and his friends invite Harrison to a party, which he accepts, oh, fuck. The partygoers were all part of Ethan's hit kill list, and Harrison is pretty much the guest of honor because he saved their lives or whatever. The whole town is like, that's a fucked up thing to do, man. It really is. I don't know if that really happens after shootings, but then again, there's not really a whole lot of heroes. And I guess Ethan didn't hurt anybody, but still, that's fucked up. It is what it is. I don't know. It's a strange situation, a strange storyline on this show. Harrison consumes ecstasy and oxycodone laced with fentanyl and makes a minor slice on a girl's foot. She says to carve... she told him to do it, but obviously she was kind of being lighthearted and kind of joking about it. But Harrison went with it, slashed her, and everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? He then shares with Audrey about his father, saying that he is lying about his name before passing out, and obviously when you're under the influence of drugs, things can kind of splurge out of your mouth. Whoa, pause, alright. Why did I say it like that? But, Audrey is forced to call authorities, and Sergeant Logan, played by Alano Miller, helps him regain consciousness, and he is taken to the hospital having suffered an apparent drug overdose, because obviously fentanyl is very deadly. It's killed a lot of, famous people and normal people alike. So Logan informs Dexter about the incident and that the drugs were sourced from a dealer named Miles, played by Dakota Lustig, who's kind of like a villain, kind of like a kill target for Dexter now that he learns this. It's like, this small ass town, we have a drug epidemic. It's like, what the hell is wrong with this dude? Find another fucking city to do this shit in. After Harrison is released, Dexter tells him he will go to therapy and he will limit his time out of the house. He needs to recover, even though it was one party, one fucking trip. You can tell that Dexter has no fucking idea what he's doing. It's just a bad night out on the town. It's not like he's addicted, but whatever. I digress. Angela is informed that Matt has been staying at a luxury hotel in New York City after tracking his credit cards. Matt Caldwell. Might be a different one, though. We're going to find out here in a little bit. And there's an interesting character with the Angela storyline that gets reintroduced from the original Dexter series. And I like these nice little touches that the show is putting on. She decides to go to New York to talk to him, as well as to attend a missing persons conference. She also allows Molly to accompany her as she needs material for her podcast. So they're pretty much working together now, which is a really interesting dynamic. But we'll get into that. At the New York hotel, they are informed that Matt checked out of the hotel the day before their arrival, so they're looking for security footage. They need to see who the hell this guy is. Is it actually Matt? Is it a con? Who knows? As they await security footage, they attend the conference, which is headlined by Angela Batista, David Zayas. We know him from the original Dexter series, who's now captain of homicide of the Miami Metro Police Department, and that's really cool to kind of get some sort of closure to his storyline. He just keeps moving up in the department. He's like the Matthews now, pretty much, of their department, which is so cool to see. So, yeah. She talks with Angel after the conference, where he briefly talks about the Bay Harbor Butcher and Trinity Killer, mentioning Deborah's name but stating she died along with her brother Dexter, although he does not say his name. And, yep, she's catching on the suspicions, and again, that's another interesting storyline. There's a lot of things that are... I don't know, this show's pacing is actually pretty good. This season's pacing. There's been problems with that kind of in the original show, but I think the spinoff is doing somewhat well at this. The mid-season finale, she finds out that Dexter's not who, or what's his name, doesn't say, what is his name in the, Jim Lindsay, he's not who he says he is. He also mentions that her brother had a son named Harrison, and pretty much Angel helped her figure out that this isn't Jim Lindsay, it's Dexter Morgan. But Dexter receives medicines and equipment from a local veterinarian planning to kill Miles. It's like pretty much a tranquilizer to put him out for a little bit. He arrives at the bar he frequents acting as an interested customer. Outside, Dexter injects Miles before he can fully inject him with ketamine. But before he can fully inject him with ketamine, Logan arrives to kind of disperse the situation and kind of like cool it down a little bit. Dexter then starts brutally attacking Miles until Logan restrains him because he wants to make it look like he's just getting revenge on his son and not that he's doing some suspicious activities. Miles is arrested, but Dexter is also brought to the station for paperwork for like assault pretty much. Dexter witnesses Logan intimidate Miles with threats to charge him with homicide, and he confesses that he works for a man named Jasper Hodge, who's played by Kellen Rude, who makes the pills. So now we have another person kind of in this drug scheme that they figure out. And yeah, Dexter's like, damn, this guy's, what's up, Chippy? And Dexter's like, damn, this guy's intimidating. Like, wow. Dexter overhears the conversation and infiltrates Jasper's house to sedate him before the police will arrive in a few days with a warrant. And he's also trying to kill him because this is the main thing of the drug empire, pretty much, that they have going on. Yeah, pretty much. So now Dexter has a new target. So at the bunker with Kurt, Chloe immediately sees the camera turning on and realizes her state. She's fucking trapped. She's been kidnapped, she's been tricked, she's been lured into this room. However, she provokes Kurt by undressing herself in front of the camera and refusing to go outside when he orders her, pretty much trying to give him sexual favors to get out. That's not going to fucking work. And Kurt kind of grows close to her, and in the scene that this storyline ends with, oh man, that's kind of heartbreaking. This forces Kurt to go into her room, where she uses a shard of glass to slice his face through his ski mask. Appreciate it, Chippy. Slice his face through his ski mask, like she attacks him because she wants to get the fuck out of here, and he's not looking to let her out. He takes her outside, telling her to run, but she refuses. When she approaches him, he kills her by shooting her in the eye, upsetting him. Obviously, he didn't want to have to do this because she seemed like a really nice lady, and he didn't want to have to kill her face to face, I guess is what it is. Meanwhile, Dexter prepares to kill Jasper in his home, having arranged his table, when he notices that Logan is outside. Logan is fucking everything up, and he's almost too good of a sergeant for Dexter. Dexter then removes all of his equipment and forces Jasper to snort pure fentanyl powder, which is holy shit, which he had been used to manufacture a adulterated fake roxycodone or blues. Yeah, pretty much fake drugs. Like, regular drugs are going to kill you, but fake ones would do it sooner, if you OD'd. So when authorities enter the house, Dexter and his equipment are gone, and Jasper is found dead from an overdose in his chair. It seems kind of plot convenient, but I'll let it slide. Dexter's a pretty genius character. My face is so glossy, but I just got off work, so I'm making movie reviews for YouTube. Okay, after I finish. Alright, cool. Kurt picks up Harrison, who is planning on leaving town, and takes him to the diner, and you kind of have some things in mind, like, oh shit, is he gonna trap him in the room? But it's like, I think he only does it to females. I think that's kind of his MO. But yeah, after some talk, he gives him a job at the diner, which I don't know if Harrison really wants, but sure, I guess he's willing to make a living. Harrison returns to the cabin, lying to Dexter about attending therapy, pretty much just being out on the town all day. Angela and Molly are shown security footage of Matt checking out of the hotel, confirming that the person is not Matt and that Kurt lied to them. I don't know if he made a fake record. I doubt the guy's name is Matt Caldwell. That'd be a crazy coincidence. But yeah. When she returns home, she talks with Audrey, who recalls Harrison's statement that his father wasn't Jim Lindsay. This prompts Angela to investigate based on her talk with Angel, finding something that shocks her. She then prints out its content, which is revealed to be an obituary for Dexter. Obviously, Dexter is Jim Lindsay. They're going to look alike. Dexter didn't even try to change his appearance, which might have been a mistake on his part, but yeah. So getting into the critical reviews, and then I will talk to Chippy at the end here. It's decent to good, I would say. It's okay. 6 out of 10 on IGN. Because Harrison wasn't ready to bond over violent tendencies, this episode kind of went into hover mode. I don't know how to explain it. Dexter all of a sudden decided that his relapse wasn't a one-time slip and shifted back to his butcher skin, and that turn felt a bit wasteful. Also, the reveal of the sniper killer identity felt flat too, since it had been so clumsily foreshadowed. But there were some good moments this episode and promising seeds planted, and that all seemed to spell doom for good old Dex. And even though no one really wants Dexter back in Miami came to Dexter, and it was a delight to briefly see Batista. Batista was awesome. I love Batista's character from the original show, so him being in the spinoff was so cool. I got a C- on the AV Club. The end result is that Angela is now armed with the knowledge that Jim Lindsay isn't who he claims to be, which is confirmed for her after Audrey mentions Harrison's intoxicated confession. And that's a fine place for New Blood to be in as it enters its back half. But man alive, getting to that point requires accepting a Jenga tower of goofy contrivances that harkens back to Dexter's very worst storytelling impulses. Runaway suggests there may not be any New Blood running through this franchise after all. We got a 4 out of 5 on Vulture. We are now officially halfway through Dexter New Blood. And Dexter Morgan, Jim Lindsay's small-town hideout of Iron Lake, New York, is about to get dangerously smaller. 4 out of 5 on Den of Geek. It will be interesting to see how Revelation plays out and whether the show can come up with a plausible way for Dexter to wiggle out of this one. Still, Runaway is a stuffed episode of television that moves the story forward in a big way. I'm excited to see if Dexter New Blood can keep the momentum up. So much happened on this episode. I mean, now that Angela and Audrey are on to Jim, the fun will come in how they, along with Molly, unearth the information about this mysterious man and his troubled son. And to get to Chippy, I would say, read about the episode, use some articles if you need to, take some notes, be composed. Don't just go off the top of the dome. I mean, I kind of do, but yeah, create a thumbnail, which I don't do for like my TV stuff, but for like movies, for sure, I do thumbnails. TV stuff is kind of just like my casual content, so people have stuff to watch. I would edit too, like I'd chop it up into sections, like whether you want to talk about different storylines, whether you want to, do an intro, do a review, do the plot, whatever. Just kind of make it organized, especially with movies. Yeah. I don't really have anything else to say. I mean, I'm not like a pro at this. I know Cody Leach is great, so if you want like good editing techniques, guys like Cody Leach, guys like Sean Chandler, those are really good names out there to look at. But yeah, I'm out, guys. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, Cody Leach is amazing. His videos are great if you want some inspiration. Probably one of my favorite YouTubers out there, so shout out to Cody Leach, and shout out to everyone who's been watching the videos. I'm going to be talking about Trippy Red, but